What if I told you that true wealth doesn't come from having more, but from knowing when enough is enough? This is the story of an old woman, a small chicken, and a lesson the world desperately needs to remember. In a quiet village, nestled among green hills and a gentle stream, lived an elderly woman named Uma. She lived in a modest wooden cottage on the edge of town, surrounded by a small garden, a few fruit trees, and a fence that whispered softly in the breeze. Her husband had passed away many years before, and she had no children. By the world's standards, she had very little. But Uma was never lonely. Her closest companion was Poppy, a small chicken with soft white feathers, black spots on her wings, and a bright red comb. Wherever Uma went, Poppy followed, softly clucking as if offering her own thoughts on life. The villagers often smiled at the sight of them walking slowly together, Uma with her cane and Poppy by her side, loyal as any friend could be. Every morning, as the sunrise painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, Poppy laid one single, warm egg. Uma gently picked it up, held it in her wrinkled hands, and whispered, "One is enough, my dear. May we always have exactly what we need." She cooked the egg, ate half for breakfast, and saved the other half for dinner. She grew her own vegetables, lived simply, and carried peace in her heart, until one morning, something unexpected happened. Poppy laid 2 eggs. Uma blinked in surprise. "Well, that's generous," she said softly. She cooked 1 egg as usual and took the second to the market. She didn't ask for much, just enough rice and a small piece of jam. But the next day, and the next, Poppy continued laying 2 eggs every single morning. Soon the villagers noticed. "Sell both eggs." One said, "Feed the chicken more." Another insisted, "You could raise 10 chickens. Start a business, think bigger." But Uma only smiled and replied, "One for me and one to share. That is enough." Instead of selling them, Uma quietly gave the extra eggs to struggling families. Sometimes she left them at the doors of homes with hungry children. She never waited for thanks. And then the rains came. The monsoon fell hard for days. The stream overflowed. Fields were destroyed. Many families lost their food and income. Yet Poppy continued laying 2 eggs every day. Uma boiled them, preserved them in salt, and silently distributed them to those in need, asking for nothing in return. One rainy afternoon, a group of villagers finally confronted her. "Uma," they asked, "why didn't you sell more when you had the chance? Why didn't you try to become rich?" Uma paused. She looked at them with gentle eyes and said, "Because happiness isn't about collecting more. It's about loving what you already have and sharing when the time comes." Poppy clucked softly and snuggled against Uma's feet, as if in complete agreement. Here is the lesson. True wealth is not measured by how much we accumulate, but by how deeply we appreciate what we have. When we stop chasing more and start valuing enough, we create space for gratitude. When we share instead of hoarding, we multiply hope. And when we help others rise, we rise with them, rich in compassion, peace, and lasting happiness. Sometimes 1 egg is enough, and sometimes it's meant to change lives. If this story touched your heart, remember, you don't need more to be rich. You just need to choose kindness. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more content that inspires a richer life.